I arrived in Kathmandu on the 13th of September and I was met at the airport by Vishal and whisked off to the VSN offices in Pepsi Cola on the eastern side of Kathmandu, which is very close to the airport. And then I was introduced to Tej Shrestha, who's the founder and director of VSN, and I stayed with him and his family for the first few days of my stay in Kathmandu. They were very welcoming, very friendly, and very nice place to stay just to get my bearings and find my feet. So that was very lovely. And then we had our language training, which was a lot of fun. We were taught lots of useful words and phrases to help us during our time in Nepal. So especially things like ticha, which is okay, and Topailai kostocha, how are you, and dhanyavad, thank you, and pugyo pugyo, that's enough, thank you. Nepali people are very generous with their food, so pugyo sometimes comes in handy. And then we did some sightseeing. We went to Posuposinat, which is a temple, again in the eastern side of Kathmandu. And then we had a wonderful day taking the children from one of the orphanages to the swimming pool, which was absolutely beautiful. And we had a lovely day playing with them, teaching them a bit of swimming, and it was a lot of fun. And then, after the orientation, my plan was to go to Salleri in Solukhumbu district in the hills. So I took a flight from Kathmandu to Fatlu airport, which is a tiny strip, beautiful landing strip, and that's a half-an-hour flight, and I arrived in Salleri. So I was met by a porter who helped me with my bags, and we walked through Salleri to Naya Bajar, which is where I was staying, which is where the weekly market is in Salleri. And I was met by my host family there, and I stayed with Tej's sister and her family. Again, they were very, very welcoming, very lovely, very nice people. I had to use my Nepali quite a lot, so it was very useful to have had the language training. And then, on my first day at school, I was met by the principal, Mr. Choran, and he was very, very friendly, very welcoming, really lovely, and said to me, we've got 2 teachers off sick today, would you mind taking their classes? So I said, yeah, that would be super. And so it was a baptism of fire and a beautiful introduction to teaching in a beautiful school in Nepal. There were about 400 pupils, and the school was right in the hills with a beautiful view of Numbur mountains in the distance. And I taught from years 3 to 10, so that was the 8-year-olds to 16-year-olds, and it was a beautiful experience in very, very small classrooms with blackboards and whiteboards depending on the classroom, and very friendly teachers, and a really nice experience. So yes, something I would highly recommend and is very enjoyable. And yeah, I'd like to say thank you to VSN for giving me the opportunity to do that and to help, and also to give the children the opportunity to hear a different voice, different intonation, different accent from what they're used to, and also to talk to them a bit about England, Great Britain and London, and to be able to talk to them about something different, and also to get to know them. And yeah, it was a beautiful experience. So thank you very much.